You don't need to defeat toxic people. You only need to become unreachable. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Toxic people are not brave. They are hunters of reaction. They survive on attention, emotion, and control. And the moment you remove one thing, they feel exposed. That thing is not aggression, not confrontation, not dominance displays. It is inner authority. When a toxic person senses that they cannot move you, cannot provoke you, cannot bend your mood, they don't attack harder. They retreat. Because what they fear most is someone they cannot influence. Stoicism understood this long before modern psychology. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the soul becomes stained by the color of its thoughts. Epictetus warned that no one can harm you unless you allow them to govern your inner world. The core principle is simple. What you do not react to loses power over you. Toxic people are predictable. They insult to feel superior. They provoke to feel alive. They manipulate to feel in control. Their strength is borrowed. It only exists if you give it energy. Your task is not to correct them. It is to starve them. Let me show you how this works in practice. Imagine someone who constantly disrespects you. Subtle remarks, backhanded comments, small jabs designed to test your boundaries. The normal response is explanation, defense, anger disguised as confidence. That response tells them everything. It says, "You reached me." A Stoic response says nothing. Silence, when chosen, is not weakness. It is discipline. You don't rush to clarify yourself. You don't justify your choices. You don't prove your worth. Because a man who knows his value does not argue with those who misunderstand him. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Most toxic behavior only hurts if you participate. Now here is where fear begins. When you stop reacting, the toxic person feels uncertainty. Their usual tools stop working. They escalate at first. Sharper words, more pressure. This is the test. If you hold your composure, something shifts. They realize you are not emotionally available, not for manipulation, not for validation, not for drama. You become boring to them. And boring is terrifying to someone who feeds on chaos. Another example, a colleague undermines you publicly, takes credit, questions your competence. The instinct is retaliation. Expose them. Fight fire with fire. Stoicism offers a different weapon, competence without commentary. You continue your work. You speak when necessary. You let results speak instead of emotion. Over time, two things happen. First, others notice your stability. Second, the toxic person loses leverage. They wanted a reaction. They wanted a scene. They wanted to drag you into their emotional weather. You stayed dry. Epictetus said, "If you wish to be invincible, make no treaty with anything that is not your own." Your reactions are your property. Give them away and you are owned. Now understand this clearly. Toxic people fear self-contained men. Men who do not gossip. Men who do not overshare. Men who do not seek approval. Your restraint becomes a mirror. It reflects their lack of control. This is why they label you cold, arrogant, detached. Those are not accusations. They are confessions, because distance feels like rejection to someone addicted to attention. Here is the deeper layer. When you stop reacting, you force them to face themselves. There is no opponent, no feedback loop, no emotional supply. They feel small, and instead of admitting it, they retreat or attack others. That is fear, not fear of you physically, fear of irrelevance. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that people act badly because they are mistaken about good and evil. Once you understand this, you stop taking poison personally. You don't need to announce boundaries loudly. You enforce them quietly. You leave conversations early. You answer briefly. You stop explaining your silence. And most importantly, you stop needing them to understand you. That is the moment power shifts. Because the strongest position is indifference grounded in self-respect. Not apathy, not bitterness. Clarity. You know who you are. You know what you tolerate. You You know what you walk away from. Toxic people feel this immediately, like animals sensing a larger presence. They test once, maybe twice, then they withdraw. Because they cannot dominate someone who does not need their approval or fear their disapproval. Here is the line that should stay with you. A man who controls his inner world cannot be controlled from the outside. That is why they fear you, not because you intimidate them, but because you are unreachable. Carry this quietly. Practice it daily. And if this truth resonated, sit with it, save it, and return when you need steadiness. Follow if you walk this path of calm strength.